What's up YouTube, is Fearsome here, and I'm currently on 10 different Pirate101 accounts at the same time that I've quested through the game with, and I wanted to go ahead and tell you the story behind all that. So, way back when I first started my channel, the main thing that caught on, like immediately, was the pet morphing thing, because at the time, people were trying to make pets, but it was very hard to get people to morph them. It was, it was a huge hassle for a lot of people because getting the gold together is pretty difficult. But I back then, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I would morph out the players and help them get the pets, because that's basically what I was about. It's about helping players enjoy the side systems in the game for the most part. I enjoyed PvP, I enjoyed decorating houses, I enjoyed pets, all that type of stuff. So that was something that I really became known for. And eventually I was like, man, it's way too hard to get gold to morph with all these people. So what I ended up doing is end up quad screening, because I knew about the 4 lot group chests and how it dropped extra gold. Y'all, it drops a whole lot extra gold. It's like 30,000, gold per chest, or pretty close to that. So, what I would do is it would allow me to hop into the game, do a moo run immediately without having to wait for a team, and I would be able to knock it out in 10 to 20 minutes, because, I would be able to develop strategies around it. So what I would do is, I'd hit all my scratch buffs, and I would bomb everybody, and like 2 turns, every single fight would be, it'd be done. And I would have a 4 lot group chest to boot. You could really do this with anything. I think now I do Brass Monkey, but at the time it was Moo and Shoot. But anyhow, I started doing pets, and eventually I started farming stuff, and people wanted help with something, I would help them farm something. And it wouldn't be, them waiting for a bunch of randoms. They would get good professional quality help, and I thought that was a lot of fun. Then I thought to myself, ranked PvP is dead, is pretty dead, and I wanted someone to revive the cube. At the time we had a boosting problem in the game, where all people would just boost, and they would duck out, right? They would just duck out of matches they knew was a legit match. Well, I decided I'd make it a real hassle for these players, and I'd offer matches for people who were legitimately interested in doing PvP. So I did that. I offered matches. I queued all my accounts up, and I fought the boosters and the people who wanted matches, and everyone was pretty happy with that. Then I had a somewhat change of heart a little bit. Like I was looking at a lot of people brought up, the battle board's too small. A lot of people, they prefer to do spar PvP because the battle board's, better, and you're able to make rules that make more sense, because, there is a lot of broken stuff in the game. So, I decided I would try doing 3v3s, because not a whole lot of people do 3v3s. I was looking at old Envy videos of back when they did, a lot of 4v4s and stuff like that. So, I went ahead and I decided I wanted to start doing PvP with viewers. So I started doing that. Shoot, I need to slow this group over here. Okay. Maybe I don't need to move so far forward. What the heck? There we go. And there we go. Okay. Got my moves on. Okay, good. Awesome. So I decided to do 3v3 viewers. Well, there was another character another person in the community called Rio, and he decided to, start trio screening as well. And so what we ended up doing is I would be on one side of the field, he'd be on the other. We'd start up a match, and we'd start streaming immediately. About halfway through our first match, we would get, like, the chat would fill up. Oh man, I want to join in. This looks like so much fun. We got a whole bunch of people who join in on the PvP viewers, and we get both teams filled pretty quickly, because we had 2 people who would trio screen. Now Rio, got busy with life, and he decided to move on. He might be back. I mean, we'll see, but he's in college right now, so that's not likely anytime soon. But back when they were doing some of the first updates, I think right before MGI bought the company, they're talking about first-time player experience. So I thought to myself, one of the main issues that we do have with this game, undoubtedly, is that most people don't even make it to Cool Ranch. Okay? And most people don't make it through Cool Ranch because it's a very long world. They don't really get to enjoy what this game is about, which is about the side systems and playing with other players. players and farming stuff and doing PvP and pets and all that stuff. So I thought, hey, maybe if I found a way to make things easier early on, then, it'd be a much more fun game for new players to get into. So I decided to make characters at every level category, and so that's what I did. His team's getting beat up. Make me my musket line. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Barely got my moves off. So that's what I did. Make characters level 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I've done a couple of 2v3 and 4v4 matches with level 30, and y'all, it's actually a lot of fun. So that's why I made the account, so I can make characters at every 10 level intervals. And I decided to start a swashbuckler account, and that's why I have 10 accounts right now, because I got the swashbuckler account. Let's see. What other reason was there? So I made the... Yeah, that was pretty much why. So I could have the swashbuckler account too and try to make a character every 10 levels for all 5 classes instead of just 4. Haven't done that yet, but my point is, I think that it really helped things out, pet making. If other people had the same capabilities, I think that it would help the community out a lot. And so I'm making this video to, tell my story because I think it's fun and interesting. But I also want to encourage y'all to give it a try yourself. Quad screening really could help the game. If you're interested in making content or anything like that, then give it a shot. Okay? And make streaming and running events a whole lot easier to do. Anyhow, trying to think what else I want to say in this video. Man, I probably want to slow this. No, I want to slow this group down here. Not that it'll do much, but yeah, check out Tub PvP's videos, because that was Rio, the guy I mentioned earlier. He became like one of the best 3v3 teams in the game, and I think that it really sparked a golden age for this channel and Pirate101's community in general. And I want to encourage other people once again to quad screen, because if I had another quad screener, I'd be able to do level 30 3v3s. I'd be able to do level 10, level 20, and we'd be able to pick up anyone from Avery's court and start developing them right away. And we wouldn't lose those players who trickle into the game and end up deciding it's not for them. So strong words of encouragement here, y'all. Definitely give it a try. Don't hate on it, because it's actually easier than maxing five slots on one account. You go through the game once, quest through the game once is actually easier if you do it like that. Getting gold is a whole lot easier, so you can do pet morphing, getting your gear, your hats, your boots, and your coats. You pretty much only have to quest through the game. You don't have to do any additional farming for those pieces, and you don't have to swap pieces of gear between pirates. That's one of the best parts, because the loot system drops on one account, it drops on all. So anyway, y'all think about that for a little while. I'm happy to share with y'all my story. Let me know what y'all think. And it's okay if you hate on it and you say it's try hard, because man, I cared about that game a lot. I'm okay try harding on this game a little bit. It was a fun game. So yeah, see y'all in another video, and peace.